Hi everybody, today I'm gonna be making papas con chile verde y queso. Now these are cheesy potatoes with Anaheim peppers and onions and garlic. It's gonna be delicious. Now I've got 2 1/4 pounds of gold potatoes right here. And as you can see, they're not very big. Sometimes you find them medium size, sometimes you find them nice and big, and sometimes all you can find is small ones. As long as you cut them up about the same size, you're gonna be just fine. So I'm cutting them up into cubes right here, not too big, not too small. See, just like this. Now this is a delicious dish, something that I prepare quite often actually. My Ron absolutely loves them, and so do I. They're so easy to put together. I've got all my potatoes ready. Now before I take them to the sink to rinse them, I wanted to show you my peppers right here. I've got 4 Anaheim peppers and I've got 2 Hatch. I had 2 Hatch in the refrigerator, so I thought I would mix them in together. So I've got 6. Now I already roasted them and removed the seeds and the veins, but I left the seeds and the veins on the 2 Hatch because they've got a nice kick to them, and we wanted to put in a little bit of kick into this dish, but not too much. Now the Anaheim are pretty mild. Sometimes your Hatch will come, pretty mild, and sometimes they're a little spicy, and these, they've got a good kick to them. So here they are. So I'm gonna cut them the long way like this, and just do the best you can. And then I'm just gonna cut them up into small pieces like this. Oh man, you're gonna love this dish, because not only is it easy to prepare, but it's an inexpensive dish. It's perfect for breakfast, and it's perfect as a side dish. Look at this. Ooh. See? These are gonna give us a good kick. Now today I'm gonna be making these with some pork chops. Very easy. So I've got all my peppers right here on my plate. Now I'm gonna take my potatoes and rinse them really well, and then I'm gonna get them nice and dry with some paper towels so we can take them to the stove. I'm gonna be using this large skillet, and I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of canola oil. Now I'm gonna wait until my canola oil gets nice and hot. We want a good amount of oil when we fry our potatoes because we want them to fry just perfectly, and you don't want them to stick or anything. Now after I fry the potatoes, I will be removing all the excess oil. So I think my oil is nice and hot. Let's see. Yep, that's good. So now I'm gonna add all my potatoes in here. Now you don't want to have your heat set up too high because you don't want them to get too dark from the outside before they cook from the inside. As we go along, we're gonna start letting them sit there a little bit longer so they can start getting nice and brown from the outside. I'm gonna give them a good flip in about 3 minutes. So it's been 3 1/2 minutes. Before I flip them around, I'm gonna add my salt. Now potatoes just love salt, but you can use as much as you want. And I'm gonna add some pepper. Look at how pretty they're looking. So I'm gonna continue the process until they're just perfect. So while my potatoes are frying on the stove, I'm gonna season my pork chops. I've got 4 pork chops, bone in, and they're very thin. You can serve these potatoes for breakfast along with your eggs and bacon, whatever you like, or you can serve them as a side dish. And that's why today I'm serving them with pork chops. I just like pepper and salt, and that's it, just like that. Now I'm gonna flip them over, and I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Now we can take these to the stove. Now as you can see, the potatoes are perfect. Now once I poke them with a knife, they are so nice and soft. Now I'm gonna remove them out of the skillet, and I'm gonna put them right here on this plate. Now as you can see, I have removed the excess oil, but I left just a little bit, enough for the onions. I've got 1/2 of a small one, and I've cut it julienne style like this because I like the texture. I'm gonna toss these around until they get slightly translucent. My onions are getting slightly translucent, and they're getting a beautiful color. Now I'm gonna add my garlic. As you can see, I've got 2 big garlic cloves. I'm going to grate them in here. But if you have a medium size or just regular large size, you can use 3 of them. or you can use as much as you want. And here's the other one. And that's good. Look at that. Now I'm gonna move this around so that the garlic can release its flavor in here. But when it's grated like this, you wanna move it fast. And that's good. Now I'm gonna add my peppers. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of onion powder and half a teaspoon of oregano. Toss it together. Now I'm gonna put my potatoes back into the skillet. I'm gonna toss these together. Beautiful. Now it's time to add my cheese. I've got about 2 cups of grated Monterey Jack cheese, freshly grated. You don't want to use the one in the bag, so your freshly grated cheese is always the best way to go. See, you want to be generous. You can add as much as you want. I'm going to give it a good toss. Let all that cheese come together with the potatoes. Look at that. Just beautiful. I'm gonna turn off the heat and I'm going to replace the lid. I'm just gonna let it sit there for about 10 minutes and just let all the cheese melt beautifully in there. So my pork chops are ready. I had them covered up for just a few minutes so they'll stay nice and moist and delicious. My potatoes are ready and I've got my corn tortillas that I made earlier, just before I made my potatoes and my pork chops. Here's one of them. Oh, beautiful. I'm gonna show you how we like to eat these potatoes. Now, besides enjoying them for breakfast, they're a perfect side dish. These are still hot. I like to just tear my pork chops like this. That's just how I like it. Whew. Put it right here on the tortilla. Now my potatoes. Look at this. And I'm gonna put it right in my taco like this. Oof, this is a big one. Look at that. Oh, look at this. And then with the pork chops underneath. Oh, what a beautiful combination. Now it's time for the taste test. Heavenly delicious. Oh man. And now my cherry Kool-Aid, just like my mama made when I was growing up. You're gonna love this. So these are my papas con chile verde y queso, my cheesy potatoes with peppers. If you like my recipe, give me a thumbs up. Send me a comment and tell me what you think. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thank you.